School choice is the American Idol because our governor has proclaimed this week School Choice Week.
So today is the School Choice Rally. We're very excited. It's part of the National School Choice Week. The goal of this rally is really fun. It's to celebrate the options that we currently have and to let Georgians know that they have options. So what's unique about today is we have groups coming together from all different walks of life, from different kinds of school options. We have public charter school students. There's over 60,000 in the state of Georgia. We have homeschool students. There's over 40,000 in the state of Georgia. We have private school scholarship recipients. We have about 10,000 of those in the state of Georgia. Online education, all these different types of school choice, they have one thing in common, that kids are getting the best education that their parents have chosen for them. So we're just really here to celebrate, thank our legislators that have helped us get there, but then also let our legislators know, we currently have 1.6 million students in Georgia, public school students. Some of them are getting a great education. Some of them need other options so that they can have an education that meets their needs.
Some people may ask, what exactly is school choice, right? Well, I'll put it simply like this. It is only a way to give families educational options for their children.
I hope that my colleagues standing behind me will walk out on these steps and look out here, because what they're looking at today is the future of the state of Georgia. And if they value the future of the state of Georgia, they will give these children every possible opportunity they can have to have an excellent education and therefore a bright future. We know one thing is for certain. Education is the great equalizer. In this country, it doesn't matter where you come from. If you have an education, you can succeed. And all of us here today are united on this single issue of making sure our children, Georgia children, have the greatest possible opportunity at a world-class education. Not a mediocre education, not an okay education, not let's just get by education. These children deserve a world-class education, and they can't get it if they don't have choices.
Yeah! I want to remind you this morning that in our Constitution, it does say that we have this responsibility to educate you, and you have to hold us accountable as elected officials. And so when you leave this rally this morning, you need to storm that Capitol, yes, in a very respectful way, but talk to our legislators and help them understand what this is about. That it's not about waiting, it's not about political contributions, it's not about all of the other discussions that people are having. It is about education, it is about children, it is about the urgency of now.
Following that, on the hour at 2, 3, 4, and 5, there'll be a screening of a new documentary in Georgia called Making the Grade in Georgia. It's about what is our education system in Georgia like right now and what are the various options. School choice is important for a few reasons. The first is if we look at where we are educationally in the state of Georgia right now, we're near the bottom in most measures regarding graduation rates, regarding student performance, and so that means if something's not working, we need to fix it. School choice is the easiest fix to the current situation. So there's two basic approaches to trying to improve our education. One is short-term and one is long-term. School choice counts as more of a short-term solution in that it can immediately be implemented. So say the legislator this session passes a law that helps expand options for students as to what kinds of schools they can attend. Students can start attending those schools next year. We don't have to lose another generation waiting for our schools to reform in public education. That's the second option. We need to improve our public education, but that's going to take multiple years. So we need to have, for this generation of kids, an answer for where they can go to school next year that they're going to get a good education if their current school is not providing that. CEG, we support all kinds of education, including great public education, but we also think we shouldn't be limited by our zip codes and bank accounts, so we need to have these other options. Georgia legislature really set the tone a few years ago and was ahead of the pack in the sense of passing some private scholarship bills, the tax credit scholarship and the special needs scholarship. But I'd say over the last few years they've slowed down a little bit. They're going to have a real opportunity this year in the 2012 session to step it up, because we're going to have some exciting opportunities coming along that we'll really need our legislators to get behind. That's one of the points today, of these students to show up and say, hey, it's working for us, we need to have more options for more kids, and that's part of the goal of today, because we're going to have some bills this session that will greatly expand school options for Georgia's kids.